Hello. Welcome
Hi.
back to Lit Laugh Lounge podcast.
Even though we're like 2 weeks late.
We are 2 weeks late.
We have excuses though.
We had to escape a hurricane. We had to
Yes.
flee North Florida, so we are now in Central Florida.
We didn't go that far.
Yeah, we didn't go that far, just 4 hours away.
We wanted to go to Halloween Horror Nights.
We did.
Thank you
and
for canceling school.
we were already planning on coming down here this weekend, but we just came 3 days early.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Just come here. Stop eating that.
Well, this is my mother's house.
Everyone thank Yvette.
Thank you, Yvette. Yeah, let's get into it. We did chapters 34 or 33 through 48.
Did I write 44?
Yes.
I wrote 44, 45. I could just not get 40, like 249.
We struggled with this. We struggled with these chapters this week, but
Speak for yourself. I've been done for a week.
Okay, I meant with the numbers. Okay, all right. The recap. So many things have gone down.
Several,
Several,
if you will.
Yeah. Oh. Anyways, so Tress talks to Alum and explains that the dragon Exis. I feel like it's pronounced Isis, but that seems very wrong. So instead, I say Exis. Exis doesn't do anything for free, and his trade is a boon for a person.
Slave.
Who isn't afraid of spores. Yes, so she finds out that Crow's plan is to trade her to the dragon and to be healed.
Yeah.
So unfortunate.
Devious.
Rather devious.
Goose, come here.
Tress and Crow have a talk, and Brandon finally explains rain. In most seas, rain is predictable, but not in the Crimson Sea. So that is what makes the Crimson Sea dangerous, aside from the crimson spores having like red spikes that come out and try to impale you. But the rain in their world is very predictable, and there are maps from like thousands of years ago that are still accurate today, but not in the Crimson Sea. There's no pattern. And so Crow also lets it slip that the Midnight Sea is dangerous because the spores turn to creatures that serve the sorceress. Yes, as we've seen as we've seen Tress experiment with.
Yes.
So Tress and Huck have a heart-to-heart fun. They just kind of chit-chat, and he tells her about his day.
Yeah, literally. That's
Tress works to figure out a way to save
Literally dating a
herself
rat.
by going through Weave's notes and a flare gun, maybe?
Possibly.
Yes, recently. They reach the Crimson Sea, and a swell immediately catches them off guard, and they travel the border of the two seas. Lagart wants to teach Tress to fire the cannon just in case and leave her alone to shoot at a buoy. At a buoy. Yes.
Guys, I'm dyslexic. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I think you actually spelled that word. I was just struggling to read.
Yay!
But yes. Also, I have theory.
I'm gonna sneeze. No, not. Anyway.
Bless you. I have a theory about Lagart.
What about him?
I feel like he's actually volunteered to go to the dragon. And
she's gonna be like, you can't give me to the dragon, and Crow's gonna be like, what the
I'm
fuck do you mean?
I'm literally not giving you to the dragon. But yeah, and I feel like Lagart has volunteered to go to the dragon because he's already in on the plan to go to the Crimson Sea. And so I feel like that's why he's teaching her how to fire cannons. But yes.
That was a good theory. That is
Thank
a
you,
good theory.
thank you. Tress offers Anne a shot, and they have a little bonding moment. Tress also learns Fort knows where the flare guns are. Into the Crimson Sea they go. Yes. The bonding moment with Anne and Tress is so cute. And when she's like, "Hey, Anne, you might want to go 30 clicks right," and she's like, "Oh, it looks good to me."
And she's like,
No. Fort and Tress make a trade, her cooking for a flare gun and lower her debut.
Her debt.
Her debt.
I don't know why I wrote debut. Why did I do that?
For him feeding her. Yeah,
That's like, I
so
didn't even spell the word wrong. I just wrote a different word.
yeah. we find out that that fort is actually from a colony of hunters.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Hunters and gatherers.
Hunters and gatherers, and his hunt is trading, so that's fun.
He's just like taking on, what's the word? The barter system as his life's work.
Yes. Tress works on her flare gun to incapacitate Crow and has a whole who psycho
Psych- oh, psychology moment.
psychology
But I
moment.
think I meant to write philosophy.
It doesn't matter. You spelled it wrong either
I
way.
know, but I'm like, that's the wrong word.
Yeah. So she's trying to figure out how she can incapacitate Crow because she knows she can't kill her.
That would be difficult.
They get caught. Oops, wrong one. I've lost. There we go. Tress was a map and uses
Uses. That's a U. That's not even close to a W.
Tress uses a map and Hoyd's curse to find the location of the sorceress island.
Do you like how I spelled sorceress different in every single time I've spelled it?
This one it's spelled Socorasas.
I figured if I put an S, an O, and a U, and enough S's, I would know the word.
Wow, that's so unique. Everybody's so creative. Okay. They get caught in a storm and
Sally.
Soleil slays being helmswoman. Ah, yes, Soleil slays at being the helmswoman. One crew member, Paxton, goes down. We learn that they are in fact not all Dougs.
Yeah.
And they all have names, but Brandon was lazy.
Yeah.
And now is only giving them a name after they die. So that's fun.
That's nice of him. Thank you, Brandon.
Yes, thank you, Brandon. Tress
Tess.
test her flares in the hold, tinkering with them and small bit of control over them. Yes, Tress is learning that she can slightly control the vines
With her brain.
with her brain,
Because
and
she's not scared of
yes,
them.
being unafraid.
And I have a theory with that's what the sorceress does, and she's not actually like magical.
Oh,
She
that
just
would be
isn't afraid of spores.
yeah. She's not afraid of spores, and she has like a connection. Yes.
So Tress is gonna be like, yeah, I'm just like you.
You're just like
me.
Anywhere
Anywhere
you
you
can
see.
see a heart
That's
that's true.
Oh.
Yes, I am a girl like you. Okay. Yeah. So that would be interesting though, because like they were saying in the book. Because they were saying, she was saying, like Brandon, the narrator, Hoyd, was saying that, could you stop?
I want the baby. Baby.
She's making me lose my train of thought. I'm cooking with something over here, and you're not even listening.
I'm listening. Brandon, the narrator, was saying.
Yes, Brandon the narrator was saying that like the spores people, the sprouters, they all have like they're unafraid of spores, but they're unfortunately like crazy and kind of dumb. So they lack like the extra step that it takes to figure out like to like reach a true discovery. And so it's like there's no way that Tress is the only sensible person to have experimented
With spores. Yeah.
So I that would make sense if like the sorceress was just someone like just really smart and
And she's like, I hate capitalism or something.
yeah, and
that's
she's
why
like, yeah, I just
Well, that wouldn't be capitalism. That'd be
dictatorship.
yeah.
Yeah. She hates the monarchy. Excuse me. We're filming.
Come here. Or stay there and be quiet. Goose. Goose. Goose.
Okay.
Meow, meow.
Okay, where was I? Aha. Tress brings Soleil her dinner. She's talking Parsons. Death hard. Paxton's death hard. And begs for Tress to help her. Begs for Tress to help her protect the crew. Tress also tells her about the dragon. Tress practices with the vines, and Huck's there to talk her out of the midnight sea thing. Tress tests all of her flair on Ullum, and Hoyd is still Hoyd. The ship stops. Two rain lines come at the stilled ship. Tress jumps overboard and grows a tree of vines that pushes the ship 40 feet in the air and out of harm's way. But Crow is now very afraid of
The crew.
the crew's love for Tress, because she's never experienced love, guys. Like
Yes.
me.
I love you. The listeners love you. All three of them.
All three of them. Love you guys. Yes, love for the crew. The gang has a meeting where they discuss mutiny. Tress feels awed, and in a puff of midnight smoke, Crow knows their plan. Bom, bom, bom. Yes, which would make sense if, because I mean, the captain is not an idiot. She would also be likely to experiment with the
Spores.
spores.
Which is why she probably ate them.
Yeah.
I mean, I know she didn't actually eat them.
Because
But
I mean, when you're made of spores, I doubt other spores scare you all that much. So that's unfortunate, though, guys. But I was telling Haley, loose. Tress has been rather loose-lipped with her mutiny plans.
She has been babbling up and down that ship.
She went to Ulam and she went, "Hey, so this is what we're gonna do."
Literally.
And Ulam's like, "Okay, sick. Yeah, be careful."
In the middle of the ship. And Ulam and fucking Hoyt are like, well, I'm immortal. And he's almost immortal. So we'll just walk across the seabed if the ship goes down.
And now, because Tress also let it slip, she has a weapon to stop the captain. Fortunately, she did not tell the captain. She did not finish explaining what it was before she realized that that Crow had been spying on her.
I feel like it's gonna be an awkward next couple of hours.
Yeah.
They're like,
yeah, like, hey, girl. How's it going? This is really unfortunate. How do you think they're gonna handle this? How do you think Crow is actually gonna react now that she knows mutiny is being planned?
I don't know. I feel like there's probably gonna be a battle sequence of some sort.
Yeah.
But I feel like
I just
it's gonna be short.
yeah.
I have this feeling.
We have literally 1/4 of the book left, like probably a little less.
Yeah.
And I
Like, are they ever going to make it to the Midnight Sea?
yeah, I don't know, because I mean we're definitely running out of time, and I'm
Brennan!
like I can't figure out, because I'm like, Charlie is like the end goal of
All of
this book,
this,
of
yeah.
all of this. It's the reason she started and the reason why she's now on this ship. And so I'm like,
We only have 16 chapters left.
I feel like this is not enough time to go to it took them this long to get to the Crimson Sea. How is she going to get to the Midnight Sea?
I want to see the Midnight Sea,
Unless
though.
the dragon gives her a ride.
Ooh. Well, I still think it's going to be like a bearded dragon, so.
Yeah. But I don't know. I have this feeling, like, I can't help but feel that the sorceress isn't the bad guy.
Oh, 100%. No,
I'm not, sorry, not the sorceress. I meant Crow.
Oh, no, Crow's not the bad guy.
Yeah. Crow,
Women can't be bad.
obviously. But I can't. I have this feeling that they're just like overreacting about Crow, and there's something else that she's keeping from them, and that I feel like Tress is gonna go talk to her. Tress is gonna go talk to her about the mutiny, and Crow's gonna be like, they're gonna have like a big battle, and then once she has Crow tied up, Crow's gonna be like, hey, look, this is what I'm actually doing.
Yeah, Lagarde actually just wants to go to see the dragon.
Yeah,
Like, this has been
my
his life
friend.
goal.
Yeah.
Like, he's been, like, ever since he was little, he was like, I want to go work for that fucking dragon, bro. And now
What
we're making his
if
dreams
what
come
if
true.
Fort is the bad guy?
But I love Fort.
I love Fort too.
I don't think anyone's the bad guy.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a bad guy in the story, except
Other the king.
Yeah, the king.
But
I think it's just a quest.
it is a quest.
Because the sorceress can't be bad.
No.
I've decided.
There's no way.
There's no way. She cannot actually
She's a
be
cutie
bad.
patootie.
She's going to be, like, 5 or something. Like a toddler.
Yeah, she's gonna be a random, like, 14-year-old, and she's
Like
like,
toddlers
this is
and
so
tiaras.
Sigma of you.
This is so Sigma of you.
Oh my god. But yeah. What do you think, other than it being a bearded dragon, what do you think the dragon's gonna do? Do you think he's gonna actually take
I
Tress as a
literally
slave?
think he's gonna be like the most like flamboyant gay man ever. And he's gonna wear I don't think it's gonna be a real dragon. I know it's probably gonna be a real dragon.
Yeah.
But in my heart, it's like a man who's a dragon and he has on like a
It's
really
called
shiny
the dragon.
suit.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like a dragon shifter of some
Of
kind.
some sort. He's like
Yeah.
he's a dragon, but he's like
Or
bipedal.
he's like a product of the sorceress.
Is he old enough to be that? Or is she old enough to do that?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know. But yeah, so I think it'd be interesting if the captain was actually planning on giving Laggart to the dragon, or he even agreed. Maybe he wants to live a life under
The
the
spores.
rule of the dragon.
Maybe the dragon's like his long lost brother or something.
Yeah. Huh?
Cousin. I don't know.
Huh. I don't know. Any other thoughts?
I want to talk about the tree
The
when she
tree.
grew the
Oh, that
freaking
was cool.
tree.
Yeah.
How and she has like mind control powers over these fucking spores.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Her connection with the spores,
It's
because
because
I
she's not
definitely
afraid. She's not afraid.
she's not afraid, and I feel like she's definitely never like I feel like no one's really done the stuff that she's doing because like sprouters are obviously not going to think to befriend the spores.
Yeah. They're just
So
like use them, and then she like, I don't know when Soleil, I think it was Soleil, was like please help me like save my crew, and she was like, girl, I am not a anyway, I am not a king's mask, and she's like, sure you're not, just help me.
yeah,
And Tress was like, okay, I guess I gotta.
yeah.
She's not helping her case with this whole king's mask thing.
No, she's not.
Also, did you think it was like a palm tree or like the tree of life in Magic Kingdom or like an oak
So I didn't
tree?
think of a tree at all. I literally just thought of like a whole bunch of vines, just
Going,
like a flora moment from
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
Witch Club, just like ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then they were like, "Oh, a tree," and I was like, "Huh?
Oh.
Well, that's not what I see."
I don't think they make bark out of vines. I don't think that's how that works.
Oh my gosh. But yeah.
She just jumped over the goddamn side and was
She
like,
did.
pull me back up,
Pull me up!
brothers!
Pull me up! Oh my gosh. Yeah, it was very cool. Very, very brave, I would say, of her. Poor
And I love
Paxton, though.
her little bonding moments with all the people. Like with Soleil and with Anne and with Fort.
Yeah.
Like, I love that she's like, they're friends.
I love though too that like in the story we're actually getting time to know the characters. And it's like, well, yeah, they always have these funny little quirks, but you're also going deeper and you're also learning like other things, like random things about them that you don't really need to know, but it
Yeah.
is really cool that I do.
I like that
It's
Fort
like
sends a letter home every time he makes a good trade, and he was like, my letter about this one
will
is
be
3 pages. And that's
like,
gonna go in the fridge.
like we didn't need to know that, but I love that we do, and
I
it's
love
like just
that.
adding to everybody's personality. And I don't know, I feel like I definitely, like I've said before, I feel like it's been a while since I've been like reading about like deep, like actual like dynamic characters.
Yeah. And they're like, and it's not like a huge book either. So
It's
the fact
not.
that their characters are all like dynamic, like at this point,
And it's incredibly easy to read too. Like the way that Brandon writes, it's at a level that's like you could read it, and even if you weren't getting all of his puns, you would still find it interesting, and
Yeah.
all of his metaphors and like things he's saying without saying.
yeah, the jokes he's making, like King, how did you think of all of this?
Yeah. So yes, once again, I'm impressed by you, Brandon.
We
I
love
didn't
you,
know your
Brandon.
game, but I do now, and I like it.
I like it, Brandon.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like watching your neighbors. Just
Yeah, I have been too. Just been like,
hey, what's up? Like the
Yeah.
ones from across the street keep coming out with their woodworking table. I'm like, I wonder what if they can see in here.
Also, opinions on Huck at this point.
The rat.
The
Right.
rat.
You know, he's not as much of like a main player as I thought he was
Same.
gonna be.
Same. And when he showed up, I was like, oh my god, this is the adventures of Huck and Tress.
Yeah.
And now it's like,
He kind of just hides in a room.
yeah, and comes out for moral support.
Yeah.
Interesting. And I'm like pretty solid on my theory that he's Charlie. But like if he is, she's gonna be really fucking mad.
So mad.
She's doing all of this shit to save him, and he's just been like, so life as a rat is kind of hard, kind of weird. And
He needs a
just
biopic on
like,
his life as a
yeah,
rat.
just like didn't say shit that he was Charlie. And was like doing all of this
Like
stuff.
I bet it's probably part of the curse that he can't say he's Charlie, but at the same time he hasn't even like been leaving hints. Like Hoyt at
Yeah.
least like tries every once in a while,
He
even though
tries
he
to
has no
fight it.
mind.
Yeah.
But like
Because like I feel like it was mainly in the beginning when he was like, "Oh, I have another name, but for now I'll say Huck." And then he also was saying like the thing is like, "I used to live on an island, and my family all speaks English, and yada yada yada,"
Nice.
and that he can't go back to his home.
yeah.
So that might be part of the curse that he cannot return. Because
Yeah.
he did say he did get heated about Charlie. Whenever she was talking to him about going to the Midnight Sea.
Oh yeah, let's talk about the Midnight Sea, all like the things that she would have to do when
Yeah.
she got there.
Yeah.
There's like sentries and there's
The Guardians.
the Guardians and
then
there's
the
a big tower.
and that she'll like have to beg outside the tower, but she's not gonna listen, so you'll just lose your voice instead.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my god, this is traumatic.
No, like, what the fuck?
And like again, like if this is like a whole bunch of stuff that she has to do, I'm confused because we don't have that much of the book left. I'm like, there's no way
Me
she
too,
has.
Goose.
There's no way she has time to do all this
No,
because we're still
literally.
in the Crimson Sea and we still haven't met the dragon. So I'm
The dragon is
confused.
gonna have to be like really quick,
Yeah,
which is kind of an L.
because they've been hyping up the dragon, but they've been hyping up the sorcerers way more.
Yeah.
So we've gonna have to meet the sorcerers. Like the only thing I can like think of is like the dragon just gives her a ride. What if Crow trades her to the dragon, and then the drag like and then she's like a slave of the dragon, but she's just so cool and like Tress
Not like
that,
other girls.
that the dragon befriends her, and he's like, "Oh, I got you, Pookie.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
You're in love. Oh my god, let's go save your man.
Let's go save your man's girl.
Yeah.
He's like, it's been 500 years since I've done anything fun.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, so it's like it's at moments like this where I very much want to open up the last page of the book and read it. Hee hee. Oh, oh, oh.
Brendan Sanderson grew up in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Nebraska.
Nebraska, bro.
Oh my god.
Child,
Hello.
come say hi to your fans. Do you have anything to say? Meow?
I hope they can just hear sniffing right now.
Say something. Say something. Say something.
She's shy. She's camera shy.
Say something.
I don't think she likes those. Okay.
Okay. Okay, so then I guess we'll move on to, what's the word? Predictions for for the last set of chapters, basically. I think we'll spend approximately 5 chapters with the dragon, and then we will spend, the other 10 with the sorceress.
Yeah.
And then we'll spend 1 as an epilogue.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. Yeah, I think my prediction is going to be that we're going to spend like a good chunk of time with the dragon, like at least half the time, and then the dragon's going to take her to see the sorceress.
He's gonna like, maybe they'll be like, you know, like chariots. It'll be like
Yeah.
a big chariot with a dragon and the crow's song or whatever.
Oh my god. Oh, well, that would be funny.
Right?
Yeah, and then we're going to learn that the sorceress is not as
A bad guy.
big bad wolf scary.
She's just gonna be, maybe she's like maybe she's like a frog or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
Well,
But yeah,
yeah.
that's all I've got.
That's all I got too.
This book is easy to talk about. I love it. Also, have you seen my Halloween socks? Look at my Halloween socks.
I have on unicorn slippers.
Because we're going to Halloween Horror Nights tonight.
Oh
so
my god, we can vlog it.
We can
We'll
vlog.
vlog it. We'll tell. Oh, we'll give you a on our YouTube. We will give you a little description and like of everything that we do in Halloween Horror Nights and like what's the best and what's not, like house-wise and stuff.
Yes.
So.
Because I believe everyone should go to Halloween Horror Nights. It
Or we
is
can put
a
it on our
wonderful
Patreon.
experience. Either one.
Either one, who
Either
knows?
one. Well, maybe we'll do a little both. A little of both.
Slay.
So,
Yeah.
okay, thanks for listening.
Bye, Pookies.
Bye-bye.